Today I'm going to share with you my Avid CNC spoil board design that utilizes the match-fit dovetail key system from MicroJig. This system replaces traditional T-Track with a dovetail groove that utilizes a dovetail hardware mounting system. My question was, would it be strong enough and not pull through the MDF? When I initially set up my CNC spoil board, with the exception of a few modifications, I followed the basic plan Avid CNC provides for a spoil board just to get up and running. I knew a day would come that I would likely upgrade the design to accommodate my needs. My plan was to add a series of aluminum T-Tracks like most people do. This is a proven and reliable way to set up a spoil board for material hold down. At the same time I was planning my second spoil board, I was also researching the capabilities of the popular match-fit system from MicroJig for an unrelated project. Using T-Track as a hold-down system is not crazy expensive, but it is costly if you have a decent-sized CNC, and when installed properly, it can also eat into your vertical height space for your CNC. The MicroJig system uses dovetail slots instead of T-Track and then has special dovetail keys that slide in the dovetail channel. I ordered a basic match-fit kit which came with a variety of parts to include a setup jig and special dovetail bit, and a variety of their dovetail track screws. I was curious enough to test the strength of this system in some MDF. I set up a test piece and created some simple plywood hold-downs that could be attached to the MDF using the match-fit system. I was pleasantly surprised that the system held my board down very well, did not pull through the MDF, and actually proved to be stronger than my plywood hold-down clamps. I decided I would dare to be different and set up a spoil board layout around the match-fit system. I am happy to report that I have run 40 or 50 projects on my CNC after having the spoil board system in place, and it has not failed me one time. It is deceiving how strong these dovetail keys are, even in MDF. My process was simple once I had the design. I first flattened my existing MDF spoil board. Then I glued a sheet of 3/4 inch MDF on top of it. I clamped it and then weighted it down with multiple live edge slabs I had in the shop. This board was also flattened. Then, following the directions for the match fit system, I used the CNC to route a series of channels using a straight bit into the MDF. I did a grid pattern so there would be channels on both the X and Y axis. I opted to create locating holes that can hold half-inch PVC pieces, which are essentially bench dogs. Previously I had used aluminum bench dogs, but as you can see, choosing to use PVC has its benefits. Besides being cheap, they are disposable and very forgiving if the bit gets too close to them. As you recall, the end goal is a dovetail channel that looks like this. After the straight bit removed some material, I then routed the channels with the provided match fit dovetail bit. A final result is a grid pattern of dovetail channels with holes for PVC bench dogs at each intersection. Here I am just showing several examples of ways I have held material in place. My system can be used for downward pressure or just side pressure, and I usually use a combination of both. There have also been times I used the blue tape and sea glue method to secure my material, but added a few side pressure clamps for peace of mind. Here you can see the piece pressed against the PVC bench dogs and how in another project my bit clipped the PVC. Because they are PVC, it did not damage the bit or the piece. This is an example of flattening a live edge board. It was held with side pressure from my system, and blue tape and sea glue held it to the surface. In this example, the board was uneven, so I held it only with side pressure from my hold-down system. I placed wedges underneath it to keep it level and used a downcut bit to remove surface material to flatten it. The piece did not move even with no blue tape or downward clamping pressure. So for now, this is my Avid CNC Spoilboard version 2. I have been more than happy with it, and it honestly has exceeded my expectations. I was dragging my feet putting this video together because I have been waiting to see if, or when, something failed with this system. But that simply has not happened. I'm sure this is not suitable for a machine running commercially 10 hours a day. But for my Avid CNC running NIMA 34 motors with a 3 horsepower spindle, it has held up strong during weekend use. There is a lot of flexibility in how you could design the layout of the spoil board. If you have any questions or would like to share your thoughts, please do so in the comments below. There are also affiliate links to the products I purchased. Even if you do not purchase anything using the link, I would encourage you to read some reviews of the product to learn more about ways you could make it work for you. That is it for this video. Now get out into your shop and have some fun and get creative.